Which issue has you more excited these days? Deflation and its impact on European bonds given debt to GDP? The aggressiveness and advancement of ISIS? Porous borders? Maybe it's the Fed getting back into pumping, climate change driving food scarcity, or Ebola's negative impact on your life. Get out to myvaluetree.com for today's Star Power Handout, Success Scenarios. Right after Weather and Sports, we explore Think or Sink, stacking the odds in my favor. It is breathtaking how rapidly events are moving since our last Saturday morning coaching session. How are you doing today? Feeling a bit concerned, overwhelmed, exposed? Fear not. Today is our day to get on top of the game. Today is our day to own the future. Fear doesn't drive our lives, only bad decisions. You have the greatest gift ever, and that's your ability to make decisions, to think, to examine data and make up your own mind. Remember, using our Star Power 5-point model, you are accountable for your life. You are accountable for your survival. Own it. This morning's coaching is the first step equipping you for the job. I call it Think or Sink, using scenarios to stack the odds in your favor of living, of succeeding. I want you to view Ebola from my perspective as a mechanical engineer, a guy who has championed safety in the factory and someone semi-conversant in OSHA. And then couple this understanding with scenario planning to help identify success strategies for a very uncertain time. Think or sink. Are you with me? As an engineer, we like data, facts, and lots of graphs. We like applied science. We like process and predictability. We like safety factors in our designs. As a safety champion, I come out high on personal accountability for my own safety, coupled with a good assessment of risk. Nice thing with OSHA, I can go into any industrial setting today and find a notebook with the material safety data sheets for all chemicals and harmful substances used in the manufacturing process. This helps me be safe. So, with this mindset, what do I know about Ebola? It is a predatory killing machine for which there is no treatment. If you do a quick safety of biosafety levels, Ebola is rated BSL-4. In perspective, BSL-1 equals canine hepatitis. Humans don't get it. BSL-2 equals Lyme disease, hepatitis, salmonella, mumps, measles. BSL-3, encephalitis, SARS, rabies, and West Nile virus. And BSL-4, hemorrhagic fevers, Marburg, Ebola, Lassa. When working in a lab on BSL-1 project, you use a fume hood, like over your stove. When you get to BSL-4, containment involves isolation of an organism by means of building systems, sealed rooms, sealed containers, positive pressure personnel suits, the space suits, and elaborate procedures for entering the room and decontamination procedures for leaving the room. In most cases, this also includes high levels of security for access to the facility, ensuring that only authorized personnel may be admitted to any area that may have some effect on the quality of the containment zone. This is considered a hot zone, and we have about 15 in the U.S. These are just facts. So any response less than this introduces risk to my safety. Let's talk about scenarios. 40 years ago, the Shell Oil Company developed a structured approach to understanding the future and guide their strategic decision-making. Their work allowed them to foresee and prepare for the shock of the '73 oil embargo. They were, in a sense, ready for it and were able to recover more quickly than their competitors. The process works like this. A scenario framework gives us structure to describe possible futures. For each future, we think through what must be done to be successful. Success tactics common to each future are implemented, stacking the odds of success in my favor regardless of how the future plays out. Now, let's explore how to add the most value to your work by a biosafety level 4 event. Remember, our objective is to thrive in uncertain times, and we will do that by thinking and preparing. Follow along on the scenario handout found at myvaluetree.com. Our scenarios are created by looking at sales, supply chain, people's attendance, critical skills, and contingency plans. The best case scenario would be where sales would be helped, supply chain uninterrupted, people would be present at work, critical skills available, and contingency plans ready. Worst case scenario would be sales hurt, supply chain stopped, people absent, critical skills lost, and no contingency plans. If Ebola broke out, movie theaters would be hurt and Netflix would prosper. Chocolate shops would suffer and grocery deliveries prosper. We don't know which way our world is going in the next 30 days. Coach is here today encouraging you to be accountable and use this time to prepare. You know what a biosafety level 4 event requires. Observe what is going on around you. Stay informed and collect information, not rumors, not hype. Reflect on the information you gather. Reflect means to think, to consider, being thoughtful. This is your chance to shine. Next, diagnose your situation. Use the scenarios to brainstorm success factors with your boss. Put a plan together and get into motion. The future belongs to the prepared. We will not be ruled by fear, but rather rational thought and good planning based on data. My reflection says Yale did a good job, and the governor is doing a good job. Are you? Take the steps necessary today to position yourself and your business for success. Stack the odds in your favor. Get the scenario handout at myvaluetree.com and get busy. The next 30 days are going to pass. Will you be ready or surprised by the future? What do you have to lose? If nothing happens, you practice strategic scenario planning. If something does happen, you will be better prepared to respond. No fear, no surprises. Think or sink. I'm Coach Davis.